Okay, the first multiple choice problem solving question was this. So si Mandarin Dao has the following balance sheet. We're asked for the net operating working capital. Okay, what's the formula, guys, for net operating working capital? Formula for net operating working capital. Excuse me. What's the formula, guys? Anyone? You can just unmute yourself. Ano yung formula ng net operating working capital? Somebody? Paki-chat, kaya paki-unmute yourself. Net operating working capital. Pag working capital, guys, alam natin yan eh. Current assets minus current liabilities. Pero pag operating, ano siya? Okay, current, thank you, no? So it's operating current assets minus operating current liabilities. Tingnan muna natin, guys, yung operating current assets natin. Ano ba yung operating current assets natin dito? What's our operating current assets? Is cash operating current assets? Guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. How about AR, accounts receivable?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, thank you. And then, how about inventory?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yung lahat ng current assets natin dito, operating lahat yan. So, we can say that our operating current assets is 1,3. Okay, I hope that's clear, guys. Tatatlo lang naman yung current assets natin. Ang hindi lang makakasama kung operating are interest-bearing current assets like marketable securities. Eh, wala naman tayo dito nun. No? And then, operating current liabilities. Which will form part of operating current liabilities, guys?
Accounts payable and accruals.
Okay, accounts payable and accruals is correct. So that's 200 plus sum na lang sum 200 and 350. Sorry guys, hindi siya Excel file. So it's 550. Therefore, what is our net operating working capital? Equal to operating current assets minus operating, yeah, so that's 750. Can you see, guys, the screen?
Yes,
Ito, better ba? Mas malaki? Hello, guys? Mas okay ba yung mas malaking screen?
Yes, sir. Clear po.
Okay, thank you.
Clear po.
Thank you. Okay. All right, then let's go here. Okay. So last year daw, si Almazan nag-report ng sales na 1050. Okay, so 1050, then operating costs other than depreciation is 6.25, ito yun. And then depreciation is 1.3. Yan. Oh, wait. Okay. So, pag ganitong mga problems, guys, ang pinapahanap sa atin, how much will net income change as a result of the change in depreciation? So one way is to set up your income statement. No? So sales, then costs excluding depreciation. If we subtract that to get your EBITDA, no? Diba? Sales less cost excluding depreciation, that will give you your EBITDA. Earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. Then isasubtract natin si depreciation, makukuha natin si EBIT. So that's your EBITDA minus depreciation, that's your EBIT. No? Okay, then interest daw. Ano daw yung interest? Interest is 6.5% of bonds. So may bonds yung company na 5 million, ang interest niya 6.5%. So we can get the interest, annual interest at 5 million times 6.5%. All these figures are in millions kasi. Okay, clear so far yun, guys? Annual interest niya. Binigay kasi annual rate. binigay din yung principal na 5 million, siyempre ang interest niya, 5 times 6.5%. Okay, may I request guys kung pakichat kung clear so far yon up to that point. May questions ba? Clear ba? Kindly chat guys kung okay. Thank you. Okay, salamat ha. I'll appreciate guys, kunyari may nagtanong ako tapos tinatanong ko kung clear. Paki-ano na lang, paki-chat na lang para I'd like to see your response, no? Sa chat box natin. Okay. I appreciate that kasi at least alam ko na andyan pa kayo at saka you're able to follow. Okay. So what are we going to do now, guys? What's this NIBT? Thank you. What's NIBT, guys?
Sir, net income before tax.
Correct. Net income before tax. So, paano natin nakuha yung NIBT? It's just your EBIT less your interest, net income before tax na. Okay, tapos, paano natin makukuha si net income after tax? How do we get net income after tax, guys? Anyone?
Sir, yung net income before tax po less 1 times the tax.
1 minus?
Minus 1 times the tax rate.
Okay, so times 1 minus the tax rate. That's correct, no? So ang ginawa natin dito, so that's your net income before tax, which is C34 times 1 minus the tax rate. The tax rate we're given is 35%, no? 35% yung tax rate. Yan. So we arrive at the net income after tax. So 1.71. Tapos, anong sinabi daw? All things being the same, this year's data are expected to remain unchanged. So everything remaining the same except for what? Except for ano lang daw yung nagbago?
Depreciation, sir.
Depreciation, no? Which is, magkano yung depreciation? Dati kasi, 130. Okay, ngayon nag-increase ng 7.70. Actually, guys, pwede yun ang gawin na lang dito eh, no? Diba? This is 1.3. Diba? Para makita natin, is equal to 1.3 plus 0.7. Okay? So, naging 1.25 siya. Kaso nawala yung ano, di ba? Nawala yung 1.71 kanina. So, let me backtrack a bit. Control Z. Tinanggal ko ulit. So, you can just copy everything here, no? Pwede nyo naman i-copy na lang itong lahat na to. Itong depreciation lang, lalagyan natin ng ito, linagyan natin ng 0.7, no? So, just follow everything. Therefore, ang naging net income after tax natin, 1.25 because of the increase in depreciation of 0.7. Okay? So, ang change daw, ang change is just the difference between the two. It's 0.455. So, that's the long way to do it, di ba? Sinatap din natin yung FS, yung financial statements. But there's another shortcut. Ano yung shortcut to? Ano to, guys? Yung shortcut na to. So, hindi ko actually kinailangan tong long cut na to. Ito isang formula lang. What do you think is this formula? Any guess, guys? Kasi ano lang ba nagbago? Yung depreciation, di ba? 0.7 daw nag-increase yung depreciation. So, ibig sabihin ba nun, guys, yung net income after tax, dapat mag-i-increase ng 0.7? That's the concept behind that, no? Kasi kung 0.7 nag-increase yung depreciation, ibig sabihin, babawasan natin si net income after tax ng depreciation. Magiging 101 siya. Kung ibabawas natin yung buong depreciation sa net income after tax. Okay, kaso hindi yan ang answer. Ang answer 1.25. So, ano yung shortcut, guys? Ano yung shortcut para makuha natin yung itong 0.455 na to, no? Without having to do this. Anyone? Suggestion, guys? One formula lang. Okay, remember the concept natin. Sabi natin yung depreciation, okay? Pag nag-increase yan, yung net income natin bababa. Kaso by not by that amount but rather by it will decrease only by ilang percent ng depreciation? Ilang percent lang guys ang depreciation yung ibababa ng ano natin ng net income after tax. How many percent, guys? How many percent?
24%.
Okay. Kasi ang depreciation natin 0.7, di ba? Okay. Sabi natin hindi lahat 'yan mababawas sa net income after tax. An additional 0.7 depreciation of 0.7 depreciation, guys, will not wholly affect your net income after tax. Okay? Bakit? Kasi yung 35% niyan, guys, mapupunta sa tax savings. 'Di ba? Kasi magi-increase yung yung cost natin, bababa yung EBIT natin. And then, so dapat ang 65% lang yung mapupunta sa effect dun sa net income. So ang shortcut dyan, guys, since depreciation lang naman nagbago, 0.70, so ang net effect niya sa kasi ang inaano dito, ang tinatanong sa atin, how much will net income change? Okay? So change in net income. So it's not the 100% na 0.7, it's just the 1 minus, babawas natin yung 35% na tax effect sa tax, or that's simply 0.70. As I mentioned a while ago, guys, 65% lang. Okay? So if you multiply that, yun ang shortcut kanina. Yung depreciation natin na 0.7, ang magiging effect lang yan sa net income will be 65%. Okay? Yung 35% guys kasi mababawas yun sa tax yun. So ang magiging effect na lang sa sa net income after tax is 65%. So that gives you also 0.4. Take a look at this. 0.7 times 1 minus 35% or 65%. Okay, any questions, guys? Questions? Paki-indicate na lang, guys, kung clear.
Sir, pakita po ulit yung formula.
Which one? Ito?
Yeah, EBIT po ba?
Okay, so this is 0.7, no? Yung depreciation mismo times 1 minus 35%. Okay, of course, guys, that's assuming na depreciation lang yung nagbago. All else are the same. Pag nagbago may nagbagong iba, guys, hahanapin muna natin yung yung EBIT kung may mga changes dito sa taas na to. Okay? Did that answer your question, yung nagtanong? Okay, any other questions, guys? Okay, sige. So let's move on. Sheet 2. Okay, ito. Batanes sa the following income statement, ang tinatanong sa atin, how much is the after-tax operating income? What's another name for after-tax operating income, guys? What's another name for after-tax operating income? Yes. Ali, thank you. Pero hindi siya niyat, no? Operating kasi, di ba? Pag operating, after-tax operating income, it's what? It's your NOPAT siya, no? NOPAT. Operating income. After-tax operating income. Correct, no? So that's your NOPAT. Ano ba formula ng NOPAT natin?
EBIT times 1 times 1. EBIT times 1 times the tax.
Yes, correct, no? So that's EBIT times 1 minus tax rate. Okay, yan. Alam na naman natin yung EBIT natin, no? So that's 808. 808. Okay. Times, ano ba tinatanong? Ayan, how much? 808 times what? Times 1 minus your tax rate, which is, ang tax rate natin, 35%. So that should be 525.2. How much after tax operating income? Okay, that's it. Okay, clear guys? Clear? Simple lang yung mga questions natin, no? It's more of understanding yung concept. Okay, how about this guys? Maraming given, no? 2019 daw, sabi niya, yung net income after tax, yung NOPAT niya, total assets, 2020, binigay din. Anong question? What is the free cash flow for 2020? Okay, what's the formula for free cash flow, guys?
NOPAT minus...
Okay, NOPAT minus investment in TOC.
Operating capital.
Okay, TOC, total operating capital. So, may NOPAT na ba tayo?
Meron na po, sir.
Meron na, no? 925. And then, isa-subtract lang natin yung investment in TOC, total operating capital. Okay, ang given sa atin, guys, total assets. Wala nang ibang binigay, no? So, we can now assume that these are operating capital to mga to. Kasi wala namang information, contrary to that, wala namang information na nagsasabi na hindi naman sa atin binigay yung breakdown ng ng assets natin. Hindi din binigay yung nature ng total assets natin, kung may accounts, kung may ano ba yan, notes receivable, o yung mga liabilities natin, kung may accounts, kung may notes payable ba siya. So we can now assume that the total assets are your TOC. Okay? So what's your investment in TOC for 2020? Magkano TOC na invest natin, guys?
25.
Ha? Yes, paki-repeat. Ilan, guys? How much was our investment? Well, simply, guys, on 2022, 5 yung total assets natin. In 2019, 2,000. Therefore, correct, no? Christian, thank you. That's correct. Yung investment is simply, so that's 2,500 minus yung 2,000 natin. Okay. Which is 500 lang, no? So yung 925 na NOPAT natin, ibawas natin yung investment in TOC, which is 500. That gives us, oops, wala pa pala akong equal to, that gives us 425. No? So that's the investment in TOC. Okay, any questions, guys? All right, so last sheet to dito. Okay, this is also a more of a conceptual problem. Okay, given sa atin yung si Build Motors, ito yung income statement details nila, FS details. Net income nila 600,000, tax rate 40%, interest expense 200,000. Total investors supplied operating capital employed. So what's another name for this, guys? Ano to? This is your? That's your TOC, di ba? Okay, may sumugot yata. Yes, correct. Thank you. Thank you, Christian. That's our TOC. Ito yung total operating capital na, sabi natin, di ba? This is provided by investors. Okay, that's WACC is 10%. So, EVA ang tinatanong. Ano formula ng EVA, guys? What's the formula for EVA? EVA is equal to? NOPAT, okay. Minus?
Yung beginning operating capital.
Okay. Since wala naman tayong beginning, ano, so ang ano na natin yung year end. So that's your capital, tapos?
Tapos times after tax cost.
Okay, times your WACC, no? Okay. So ito, sabi natin, ano ba yung kwento natin ito? Okay, nag-generate yung management ng operating profit. Pero, teka muna, binigyan sila ng operating capital niyan eh. At saka hindi libre yung operating capital na yan, kaya i-charge natin sila ng paggamit ng TOC. So by multiplying it with the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, so may NOPAT ba tayo dito, guys? Binigay ba yung NOPAT? Hello guys, given by NOPAT. Dito sa given lang natin. Meron ba dyan? Hello guys? Yes or no lang yon. Given by NOPAT. Is NOPAT given here? No, okay, no. Okay. Hindi, okay, thank you. Guys, yung iba answer naman sana, no? Kasi konti lang yung sumasagot. Okay? Konti pa. I'll just wait for others to answer. Lima pa lang yung sumasagot. Okay. Ang ano ko sana guys, ang request ko, pag magtatanong kong ganun, sana makikita ko more than 20 yung sumasagot, no? Okay, thank you. Appreciate that guys. Yan, ganyan. Yan, marami. Gusto ko yung ganyan guys. Para yung busy yung chat box natin. Okay, so hindi siya given. Hindi given yung NOPAT. But can we compute for NOPAT? Alam naman natin na NOPAT is simply your, ano ba yung NOPAT natin? What's our NOPAT? Ano formula ng NOPAT? Is equal to? Ginamit natin kanina, EBIT, di ba? Times 1 minus your tax rate, di ba? Okay, thank you, Trish. Thank you. All right. So NOPAT is equal to EBIT times 1 minus tax rate. Alam ba natin yung EBIT, guys? Alam ba natin yung EBIT? Given ba siya directly dito? Hindi given, no? Ang binigay sa atin yung NIAT, net income after tax. Tsaka binigay yung tax rate. Okay. So we can solve for EBIT. Binigay naman yung ano, binigay naman yung magkano yung net income after. So, okay, there are several ways to do this. Pwede nyo i-algebra or pwede nyo i-goal seek. Okay? Pwede natin i-goal seek to. So, i-goal seek natin. Okay. So, pag nag-goal seek kayo, guys, i-ano nyo lang, i-set up nyo lang yung model natin. So, hindi natin alam yung EBIT. Ito yung sinosolve natin. Okay, magkano yung interest, guys? How much is the interest expense?
200,000, sir.
Okay, it's 40% times. Okay, so interest expense natin, 40% times what? Times what? Ay, sorry, binigay na pala. Sorry, tama. 200,000. So that's our interest expense, no? Okay, how much is our tax? Okay. 40% yung tax. Okay, pero paano natin, ano yung equivalent na value dito? Our tax is equal to what? Okay, 40% yung tax rate natin. Pero yung amount, magkano yung amount niya? How much will be our tax in pesos? Okay, that's net income times tax. Baliktad hands, no? You arrive at the net income by subtracting the tax from the, paano ba, guys? Okay, kung gusto niyo mas klaro to, no? What's EBIT less interest? EBIT less interest will give you your earnings before tax. Tama? Okay, so what's EBT? Equal to EBIT minus interest. Okay, take a look at that formula, guys. And then what's your tax? Your tax is equal to this one times your tax rate of 40%. So nagbo-multiply lang ako, guys, ha. Sineset up ko lang dito. Hindi muna ako naglalagay ng mga minus, no? So what's our net income after tax?
EBIT minus tax.
EBIT ba?
EBT.
EBT. Tama, no? Earnings before tax minus tax. Okay? I can't subtract kasi itong mga ano naman to, no? Mga positive numbers to. Okay, enter. Kaso we're having only negative 120. Magkano ba talaga yung net income after tax? How much really is net income after tax? Given, guys. It's given. How much is net income? Okay, 600K, no? Ito, given siya. Okay, so it's given at 600,000. Yun ang ano natin, yun ang net income after tax. Kaso lumalabas sa negative 120 siya. Bakit ganun? Kasi wala pang value yung EBIT natin. Okay, ano natutunan natin, guys, kung paano natin susolve ito? Kasi pwede nating i-algebra to, but what's a better way, since nag-Excel tayo, ano yung better way in order to compute for your EBIT? Okay, what's a better way? Goal seek tayo. No? I-goal seek natin kasi mas madali yung computin kaysa mag-algebra pa tayo. Just make sure na tama yung ano nyo. Just make sure na tama yung modeling nyo. Okay? So, maglalagay lang ako dito. Mag-example ako. Kunyari, maglagay ako dito ng 1 million. Great. If I put 1 million here, automatically, guys, maglalabas yung net income after tax natin. So, ibig sabihin tama yung model natin. Okay? So, I'm deleting this, and I'll ask Excel to solve this using goal seek so that the net income after tax should be 600,000. Okay, so let's do that. Data. Nasa data siya, then what if analysis, then goal seek. Okay, can you tell me, guys, what's our set cell? Ano yung set cell natin? Set cell is? Yeah, correct, no? That's correct. Net income after tax. That's your J8, no? Ito siya. Yan. J8 siya. Kasi, net income after tax, to what value, guys? To what value is our net income after tax? Yes, correct. Isa-set natin siya sa 600,000. So, ito, guys, dapat ito-type natin yan. No? Okay, thank you. Hans, thank you. Charles, thank you. Okay, appreciate you answering. So, this is 600,000. Okay, take note, guys, walang spreadsheet icon dito. Hindi natin siya pwedeng i-link. Kailangan ita-type yan. By changing what cell? By changing your EBIT. Correct. No? Thank you, Hans. Thank you. That's J4. Okay, so acknowledge ko lang yung mga nag-chat. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Hans. You're correct. No? Julius, salamat. Thank you. You're all correct. So, ang lalagay natin dito, by changing this one. Pwede natin i-link to kasi may spreadsheet dito. May spreadsheet icon. And then, Excel will now solve that. Excel will solve it so that hahanapin niya si EBIT para ang net income after tax natin, 600,000. Control Shift print screen. Okay. Yan. Okay. Control V. Mali. Ulitin ko. So, what if analysis? Goal seek. Set cell is net income after tax. To what value? 600,000. By changing this one. Control Alt print screen. I'm pressing it all together. Okay. Yan. And then Control V. Yan. Kinapi ko rin goal seek, guys, para kayo, mag-guide din kayo kung paano na-generate yung ano. Kung sakali, no? Just show you how you can preserve the goal the goal seek para alam niyo kung paano nangyari dito. Okay, so alam na natin, guys, yung ano, alam na natin yung EBIT, no? So, because we know EBIT now, we can now compute for your NOPAT. So, ano yung NOPAT natin, guys? Okay, naka-white siya. Our NOPAT now is equal to ano, guys? EBIT times 1 minus tax rate of, what's our tax rate? 40%. Yan. Yan. So from your EBIT, makukompute natin si NOPAT. Okay? So ang formula natin, NOPAT minus TOC times WACC. Alam natin yung TOC. How much is your TOC? 9 million. So this is 9, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's your 9 million. And then your WACC is at 10%. Okay? Therefore, ang EVA natin is your NOPAT minus, okay, your TOC multiplied by your weighted average cost of capital. So this is our WACC. This is our EVA for this problem. Okay, so value was destroyed at this particular operating period. Negative yung EVA. Okay, any questions, guys? Any questions? Huwag niyo kakalimutan yan, guys, kasi sa finals, may mga ganyang questions din, no? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, salamat, ha? Wow, okay, good. Good. Appreciate you guys answering my question. Okay, ganito din yung isa. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for answering. Okay, for this one, pareho din. Halos pareho din siya, no? Ito yung isang problem na nasa quiz natin. Okay, sales daw is 11,500. Operating cost is 5,000. Okay, so if you subtract that, may EBIT ka na. Sales less operating cost, kasi kasama na yung depreciation dito eh. Okay, kung kasama na yung depreciation, pag sinubtract mo siya, EBIT na yan. Ang hindi lang kasama dyan yung interest at saka taxes, hindi pa nababawas. So if we know EBIT, guys, alam na natin yung yung NOPAT, kasi given sa atin yung tax rate. So this is just your EBIT times 1 minus tax rate. So you have your net operating profit after tax. So just like the same above, guys, given sa atin yung TOC, 20,500, given yung WACC na 10%, therefore, EVA will simply be your NOPAT minus your TOC times your WACC. Okay, so mas mahirap pa nga yung isang problem na to, no? Kasi dito hindi binigay yung EBIT. Sinolve pa natin muna yung EBIT bago natin nakuha si NOPAT. All right, so that's our answer. Okay, so that takes care of the computational part of the quiz. Yung iba guys, medyo may konting confusion kayo dun sa sa mga concepts. And again guys, I apologize yung number 35, hindi ko nalagyan ng question. It was actually more on comment on this kasi may contrast dun eh. May contrast dun yung yung ST, stakeholder value maximization versus shareholder value maximization. Some of you answered, some of you did not. But anyway, what I did was to across the board give you five points bonus for that. Tapos nung sa sumagot, nagbigay lang ako din ng a bit of a bonus for answering, no? Okay, so I have already given guys the results for the first quiz. So yung may kailangan adjustment, pakihintay na lang mamaya, no? All right. So let's go back guys to our worksheet. Ito. We were working on this last time. These are some of the ratios that you'll be needing for your group work, no? For your group work. Okay, kindly open guys. Dahil guys, ano ko lang tong cellphone ko. Okay, so let's go back to what we were discussing last time. Do you have your files ready, guys? Ito? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, gusto ko lang malaman, guys, were we able to finish yung liquidity ratios? Na-discuss ba natin to, yung liquidity? Yeah, okay. I think we were able to discuss this, no? At least yung liquidity, yung current ratio and the quick ratio. Sabi natin, yung current ratio is simply, it's the ratio of your current assets. Let's go back here. Ito yung current assets natin, 1124, divided by your current liabilities, which is this one. So for 2019, ang current assets natin is, ang current ratio is this divided by this. So that's how we got the ratios here. Ito. And we just copied this. And then the industry is 2.7. Okay, so how do we comment on this? We're saying that the current ratio of this company is below industry average. No? Industry average is 2.7. Now, remember, guys, when we analyze financial statements, what's the operative word? The operative word is benchmark. Kailangan meron tayong comparator. May comparison tayo. We're benchmarking against what? Ano sinabi ko sa inyo? Saan natin bine-benchmark to? Anyone, guys? Where do we benchmark our, when we do FS analysis, financial statements analysis? Saan tayo nagbe-benchmark? Anyone, guys? Saan tayo nagbe-benchmark? Dalawa yan. Ano to, guys? So that when you do your project, guys, keep this in mind, ha? Na kino-compare nyo, ito yung reason kung bakit dalawang companies. What's the answer here? Benchmark against blank and blank. Ano yung letter T, guys? That's sure? Okay, clue. Kaya nga tayo, guys, mag-ganito. That's why we get this. That's why we do horizontal analysis. Sorry, hindi horizontal analysis. That's why we get it over across what? Across? You know the answer. Across what? Across. Pinoint out ko na, guys. Yeah, no, not term, but rather time. No? Across time. Ba? So you need to benchmark across time. Kaya hindi lang natin tinitingnan yung 1 year. Kaya nga ang requirement nyo, 3 years. Para makikita nyo yung galaw. How has the current ratio been moving over the past 3 years, kunyari. No? Ito, 3 years to. Okay, ito, makikita natin ng 2020, there was a drop in the current ratio. And then you don't just stop there. A good financial analysis will try to seek, bakit kaya naging 1.5 na lang to as compared to 2.3 in 2019 and bakit siya naging 2.6 noong 2021. So yun ang role ng ng financial analysis, no? Ang accounting process i-generate yung mga FS natin. Ang finance process is more on analysis. Bakit naging ganun? So for example, bakit bumaba yung natin, yung current ratio natin? Well, logically guys, kasi alam naman natin ang current ratio is simply your CA over CL. So yan ang composition ng natin, ng current ratio. So investigate natin yung current ratio. No? For example, dito sa 2019, meron ba tayong, okay, dito may dito, may common size, no? Okay, tingnan nyo guys, nag-increase, and then horizontal, there was a 73% increase in your current assets, di ba? Ayan, no? Kitang-kita natin, between 2019 and 2020, current assets increased by 73.2%. However, guys, ang current liabilities natin increased by 175.95. Yun. So makikita natin dyan, no? Bakit ang laki ng binaba ng current assets? Well, it was there was an increase in current assets. However, there was a greater increase in percentage points for your current liabilities. Okay, so nagkaroon ng investment yung company in terms of yung trade suppliers. Kasi dito makikita natin accounts payable nag-increase, tapos nangutang sila, no? Nangutang sila. Nag-issue ng notes payable. Okay? So you can see guys kung paano gumalaw yung current assets natin. Just be guided by the formula. And then try create a story out of it, no? Tapos bakit nung 2016 mas tumaas yung current ratio? By the way, what's the significance of current ratio? It tells us about the capability of the firm to pay its current obligations when they become due. No? So yung 2.6 yan, ibig sabihin, sa bawat piso na current liability, merong 2.6 pesos yung company para bayaran yung current liability na yan. Is that good or bad? Yung question na yun, medyo hindi lang basta-basta sinasagot yun. No? Good siya in the sense that merong 2.6 pesos of current assets for every 1 peso of current liability. Good siya in the sense that it increased from 1.5 to 2.6. There was a marked increase in your current ratio. No? Okay? Bad siya because it pales in comparison to the industry. Sa industry, 2.7. Okay, so you look at those angles. And another thing, guys, is tingnan nyo natin yung nature ng current ratio natin. Okay. Current ratio natin, ano ba yung composition ng current assets natin? Ang composition ng current assets natin, cash, short-term investment, AR, inventories. No? So makikita natin na in terms of payment of current liabilities, baka medyo mahihirapan siya kasi kung manufacturing company to, most of the part of the current asset, a big chunk, no? 48.69%. 44%, guys. No? So makikita nyo, guys, kung ano use ngayon ng vertical analysis at saka horizontal analysis, yung common size statement. Makikita ko kagad dito. Sa total ano natin, sa total assets, guys, sa total assets, 44.6% doon yung inventory. Ang laki na nakaano sa inventory. And then, siyempre, pag ando doon tayo sa company, malalaman natin yan kung slow-moving ba yan, okay? O baka ano pa lang yan, baka mga raw materials pa lang yan na matagal pang ipaprocess bago bago mabenta. So that can be a problem for the company. The challenge here is how to translate these inventories into AR and then eventually into cash para malakolekta na. Yun naman ang challenge sa mga companies, di ba? Importante yung cash is king. Importante, gumagalaw yung inventory into receivables or pwedeng inventory, mas maganda kung diretso na sa cash. No? Cash collections or cash sales. Okay. Okay, guys, so far, clear ba? Clear ba yung mga pinag-uusapan natin dito? Sinasabi natin, by way of summary, it pales in comparison to the industry. Sa industry, ang average na current ratio is 2.7. Si company A, 2.6 lang siya. Okay, tapos, it improved from 2020 to 2021, nag-increase siya from 1.5 to 2.6. So that's a lot better. No? Compared to 2020. However, guys, titingnan natin yung nature ng current assets niya. We might have some problem as to the capability of the firm to pay its current obligations kasi nga malaking chunk ng current assets ng company ay nasa inventory pa. Okay? Okay, in fact, if we take a look, it's equal to this one divided by this one. Wala kasi sa mga ratios natin. 66% ng current assets natin is inventory. Naka-tie up sa inventory. Well, is that good or bad? Well, we don't know kasi hindi naman natin alam yung nature ng inventories na to. Kung slow-moving to, makikita natin mamaya dito yan. No? Makikita natin mamaya dito sa other ratios. Kaya nga I'm saying, guys, na you don't usually just look at a ratio in isolation. What do I mean by in isolation? Yung gagawa na tayo ng mga conclusions just based on just one singular ratio. Kailangan tinitingnan natin yan in totality. Baka may iba pang mga ratios na pwede natin makonect dyan. Tapos you will have a clearer picture of what that ratio means. Yun ang art, guys, ng financial ratio analysis. Kaya nga dun sa paper nyo, ang masahanapin ko dun yung mga analysis nyo, how you're looking at this company. Para mga detective tayo dito eh. Okay? So, ang assumption natin dyan, gagawa tayo ng FS analysis, tapos i-represent natin yan sa stockholders meeting. Tayo yung magkakaroon ng floor, and then tayo mag-represent dun sa ano nangyari sa company over the past 3 years, and then, in order to answer this, ano yung isang benchmark, guys? What's other benchmark here? Yung benchmark against competitors. Correct. So, competitors to. Okay. So, hindi pa pwedeng, ay, ang galing ng company natin. Over time, nag-i-increase yung yung current ratio. Ang ganda, ang galing. Teka muna, guys. Baka naman sa industriya, wala naman kasi tayong problema natin, wala tayong industry averages. So, kaya nga gagamitin natin yung competitor. Baka naman si competitor natin, ang ganda-ganda ng ano nila, ng ratios nila. So, 'di ba? Why will we gloat, no? Why will we quote unquote celebrate, no? Kung based on the ratios lang na na-generate natin. Importante sa company na i-benchmark yung performance niya, especially against the better performing company. Okay, which reminds me guys, yung company na pipiliin nyo dun sa linisan nyo, yung mas mababa, no? Maybe lower assets or lower, base lang natin sa lower assets. Kasi ang ibe-benchmark natin, yung mas malaking mas better performing na company. Okay. Kunyari, yung sa Jollibee at saka, but I suggest yung kay Inasal palitan nyo, no? So, ang company of your choice na dapat dun, si Inasal, assuming na yun ang company nyo, ha? Tapos si Jollibee, yung benchmark company nyo. Okay? Kasi it doesn't make sense to benchmark down. We always would try to benchmark up. Ano ibig sabihin ng benchmark up? Okay, kunyari si Jollibee ka, tapos kung may, I don't know the corporate name of Burger King, no? Burger Machine, iba yung Burger King guys, ha. Alam niyo yung Burger Machine guys, yung mga kiosk lang, yung mga stalls lang na nagbebenta ng burger. You know that guys?
Yes, sir.
Kasi alam niyo naman siguro yun, no? Kung Jollibee ka, kasi CFO ka ng Jollibee, hindi mo i-compare yung company mo sa Burger Machine, okay? Diba? Walang ano yun, walang sense. Why will you benchmark way down? Ang layo naman talaga ni Burger Machine kay Jollibee, no? You try to benchmark up para makita mo kung ano yung mga companies na leading, kung how they are faring, ano yung ginagawa nila, para malaman natin kung how we can cope or how we can increase our efficiency or improve our performance so that we are able to be at par or even better than our direct competitors. Is that clear, guys? Clear? Paki-ano nga? Paki-chat, guys, kung clear yung sinasabi ko. Okay. Importante, guys, na yung sa paper nyo, medyo alam nyo yung ginagawa. Hindi, it's not enough. Hindi ko, guys, hinahanap sa inyo na i-compute lang. Okay? Ito na sasabihin ko sa inyo, na bibigay ko naman yung weights, yung analysis will take a big chunk of the grade. Ibig sabihin, it's not enough for you just to compute for the current ratio, etc. What we're looking at is, ano ba yung insights na kukuha natin dito as CFOs of the company. So group CFO kayo kasi you're working as a group. So analysis yung importante dyan. Magkukwento tayo based on the 5 main ratios, 5 main classification. Liquidity, di ba? Okay. Balikan ko dito. Sana yun? So you have your, oops. That. We have our liquidity ratios, asset management ratio, debt ratio, profitability, and market value ratios. Okay. Kaya rin guys, listed dapat kasi yun ang importante kasi dun, pag listed yung company, makukuha natin yung market value niya. Okay. Now let's go here to asset management. Ito importante ito, lalo itong 6 na to. Okay, 8 pala ito, 8. These 8 measures are very important. Yeah. These 8 measures are very important. Okay, let's start with inventory turnover. Inventory turnover or ITO, okay, ang formula niyan, cost of goods sold over average inventory. Okay, cost of goods sold over average inventory. Parang may mali ako dito. DE BC. Wait. B and C. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at this, guys. Inventory turnover for 2019. Kung tutuusin, guys, average B21, C21. Okay, tingnan nyo to, ha. Wala kasi tayong 2017. No? Pero okay lang yun, guys. Okay lang, kahit text lang yan. I-assume lang yan ni ano na 0. No? Asan na ako? Okay? So let me just show you, no? So 4 siya. Ngayon, pwede ring Control C, Control V. Since walang B21, pwede ring C21 lang. Let's see if we'll get the same answer. C21. Okay, pareho lang guys, no? Pareho lang. Ngayon, ginawa ko na lang average na rin to. Bakit kaya guys, ganun ang ginawa ko? Ba't ginawa ko average B21, C21 kahit na walang B21? Any guess guys? Hulaan nyo nga guys kung bakit ginawa ko pa rin average B21, C21 kahit na wala namang B21. And by the way guys, hindi nagbago yung answer, pareho lang siya. No? Ito linagay natin yung, hindi natin linagay yung average dito. Linagay natin yung average. Turns out that it's the same. Okay, any guess guys why, why we put it as B21, C21 average? Ano kaya? Ano kaya ang purpose ko guys? Anyone? Hulaan nyo. Tingnan nyo to. C21, D21. No? Ito, D21, E21. Bali, average ng beginning at saka ng ending. Okay, bakit kaya guys? Bakit ito pa rin linagay ko kahit wala namang number dun sa B21? Any guess, guys? Convenience lang yan. Huh? Guess?
Para pa nag-drag ka.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, thank you. Tama, no? Sino yan? Who answered?
Si Hans.
Sorry? Hans? Hans ba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, Hans. No, tama si Hans. It's more of convenience and maybe efficiency. Kasi kung alam ko naman na B21, no, wala laman yan. So, isi-zero out yan ni Excel. So, magiging average lang of itself, no? Isang item lang. The average of a particular cell is just itself, no? Okay? So, ang ano ko lang, convenience para ma-drag kung ganun. Otherwise, guys, kung hindi ko linagay yung average yan, okay, hindi ko makakopy yung formula. Magkakaroon ako ng panibagong formula pa dito at saka dito. So, that was just really my intent, no? Okay, another question. Bakit kaya? Kasi yung iba guys, makikita nyo, cost of goods sold over inventories. Yun ang formula nila. Cost of goods sold over inventories. Bakit kaya, guys? So this is my belief then, and others also believe in this. Ganito yung philosophy nila. No? Bakit kaya guys, average inventory ginamit ko dito? Why am I involving cost of goods sold? Okay. So cost of goods sold noong 2020 divided by the average inventory. And the reason why, guys?
Para makita, sir, kung mabilis bang nagagamit yung inventory.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Hans. That could be one reason. Pero ang pinaka-reason ng ganito, guys. No? Okay. It's more of the value itself. No? Yung cost of goods sold, saan natin makikita yan? Anong income statement? In what income statement do you find the cost of goods sold, guys? Hello?
Income statement.
Income
sir.
statement. Tama. Inventory, guys. Balance sheet, income statement, statement of cash flows.
Balance sheet. sir.
Balance sheet. Okay. Now, what's one difference between the accounts in the income statement and the balance sheet? The main difference, guys, ito, yung sales, cost of goods sold, these are for the whole period. Diba? Yung cost of goods sold na to, that's computed for the whole period, ina-accumulate niya. Lahat ng mga cost of goods sold for all the months of the year, 4980. Tapos, itong AR natin, average inventory pala ito, 12870. This is the inventory as of December 30, 2020. Okay, so para sa akin and others also believe that parang may mismatch kasi ito for the whole period, itong cost of goods sold, tapos itong inventory for just one particular day. So what others would do is to get the average, no? Para at least sa average out siya for the whole year. Ito kasi beginning of the year, ito ending of the year. Okay, clear yun guys? At least kinuha para kinonsider din yung whole period na yon. Beginning ng 2020, ending ng 2020. Okay, clear yon? Paki-ano nga guys, paki-chat. Ito gusto kong malaman kung naging clear sa inyo yan. Kaya nga kinukuha natin yung average, no? Especially pag ang pinipare natin is an account from the income statement, tapos i-prepare natin siya with an account in the balance sheet. Yan. Okay, good. Thank you. That's why guys, it's almost time. Time na pala, no? Sorry Time na ba? O time na nga. So let me end with this guys. We'll continue with this next meeting, no? Itong ano natin. So that's the reason why guys, kung nakikita nyo to, okay, pag napapansin nyo na kapag balance income statement divided by, ina-average natin yung balance sheet natin. Okay? Ito naman, CA over CL, okay lang yan kasi pareho namang pareho namang balance sheet account yan. Okay? So next meeting guys, anuhin natin to, ito importante, no? So these are very important measures as far as the operating performance of the company is concerned. All right? Okay, so let's end our discussion now. Thank you so much guys for attending. I'll see you again I'll see you again next meeting, no? Okay. All right, salamat guys, salamat. Okay,
thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yung magpapa-attendance, please remain na lang sandali
Sir, ako po
Thank you, sir.
Plus 3 po.
Saan?
Sa plus 3 sa
Oo, sige. Dali Dali. Sige, yung...
Last po.
Ha?
Sige, I'll be the last na lang po sa...
Okay lang, may class ka ba ng 2:30? Sige, mabilis lang naman to. This will not take long. Sige, so... Dali, pause ko muna yung recording.